Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. It's good to be back. I actually got, excuse me, a bit sick recently, and it's been harder to make a video because of that. But I am getting better now, and I wanted to talk about the Arizona Senate race between Blake Masters and Mark Kelly. This has probably been the Senate race that I've been most interested in out of all the Senate races that will be up for election in just about. Let's see, it's the 23rd today, so about a week and a half from now. I actually believe this will be an upset, one of the big upsets of the night. Um, I think, and when you look at the Senate races across the United States at the moment, you really do see a clear person ahead that will probably win that race. In Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, while his campaign is struggling significantly, Dr. Oz is not running that good of a counter campaign, which is why and I've made videos regarding that. But he's still up, and I still think he, at this point in time, will narrowly defeat Dr. Oz. Now, things can change in a few weeks, but that's where that is at the moment. Somebody like J.D. Vance will win in Ohio. He'll probably win by about 5 to 10 points, just that range being as, as good as I can give, honestly. When we look in Georgia, you see Raphael Warnock with a slight lead over Herschel Walker, and I think that that's going to stand. I think that Raphael Warnock probably will narrowly defeat Herschel Walker at this point in time. You see in other states, let me think of a state. Now it's actually harder to think of. Oh, you see in Wisconsin, Ron Johnson, beating, um, up in the polls against his candidate Barnes. And he'll probably win that race. And then you look in North Carolina and you see Ted Budd, obviously in the lead there, and he'll probably win that race. But in the state of Arizona, Mark Kelly is up against Blake Masters. He, in the spread polls, is predicted to defeat Masters by 2.5 points. Now, oddly enough, that is 1.1 points within the range that Mark Kelly won in 2020. I did not mean to highlight that entire section. Okay. But you get the point. Mark Kelly in 2021 by 2.4% against Martha McSally, Blake Masters against 2.5. I think that Blake Masters is going to end up winning this race. The new Daily Wire poll, and Daily Wire is a Republican organization, let's be straight with that, has Mark Kelly up 1 point. Now, when we look at Donald Trump and how his performance in Arizona was in 2020, he lost, by around 0.3%. He barely lost the state of Arizona in 2020. In 2020, he was at a significant disadvantage. Now, I'm not calling Blake Masters Donald Trump, but I am saying that he runs that sort of campaign and he has that sort of appeal. Martha McSally did not. Martha McSally is more of an establishment Republican, and that's why that happened. When Trump was on the ticket, he did narrow up Arizona. He made his base turn out in favor of him. I think that Blake Masters can turn out more of Trump's base than McSally could. And especially since we're in a red wave election year, you're going to see that on steroids in a few weeks. In addition to that, we look at debate performance. Blake Masters, in my opinion, and I think most people's opinions who watched those debates, who watched especially the first one, beat Mark Kelly in the Arizona, and I think there's only been one actually at the moment, debates. He was able to articulate viewpoints better. He attacked Kelly for his support of Joe Biden's bills, especially his bills supporting health care for illegal immigration. Now, that is a big issue in Arizona. Blake Masters is touching all of those issues that, especially in Arizona, matter, like illegal immigration and the economy. And those are the two that he struck most in that debate. Another important thing, campaign strategies. Blake Masters has more on the ground work than Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly is a very establishment candidate. I think if it was Kyrsten Sinema would beat Blake Masters in this race. But because it's Kelly, it's different. His campaign strategies, in my mind, advertisements, signs, all of that, are pretty old school, and that would work in some election campaigns. In this campaign, I don't think it would. I think this is different. I think you really need more of a populist candidate to do well in the state of Arizona, and I think Masters kind of fulfills that. Masters' campaign strategies have been better. His posters, in my mind, I've even looked at his posters. So, like, when you look at Blake Masters' posters, let me just show you. And it's just a small detail, but it is very, you know, good. So let's see. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Like this black and white. It's very. It catches the eye very well. It's just black and white. You know who it is. It's Blake Masters. He's the only one in Arizona doing that sort of campaign strategy. See right there, and that is very important for something like that. You know, Trump had that "Make America Great Again," all red and white. You knew it was Trump. Here you have black and white. You knew that that's Blake Masters. So all in all, just to say, I think that Blake Masters is not seen well enough. I think that he will be the next senator from Arizona. He was not predicted to originally win the primary. I said that he'd get Trump's endorsement. I said he'd win the primary. And I think that he'll come from underneath and defeat Mark Kelly and win the general election. And let me just pull up my phone and see the exact amount of days it will be until this election, November 8th, of course. So this will be, we're 15 days away from November 8th, so around 2 weeks. Take a look at this race. This is going to be the biggest talked about race of the night. You can take that to the bank. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe below. If you disagree with my assessment of this race and think that Mark Kelly will win, please explain why in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos. Have a great day. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.